My name's Chris McKenna. I work for Symbient Electrical in Perth, WA. We are an electrical contractor that specialises in commercial, industrial, communications and general electrical work. We work a lot direct to client in office fit outs, pubs, clubs, nightclubs, things like that. And have been in Perth now for 7 years, and I followed on from my father, who was also an electrical contractor in Perth. I've been working with TradieVA for, I think, approximately 3 months at this point. I have a lot of loose ends and bits and pieces in the business communication that I felt was falling down and not as complete and efficient as it should be. And I noticed TradieVA on Facebook, and I seen that you're heavily involved in the systems and processes of things, and I wanted to see if that would be a solution for my business to tie up those loose ends and help with the administration side of the business that I was definitely dropping the ball on. For using TradieVA, some of the biggest challenges I was facing, I feel I had a lot of really small challenges that kind of accumulated into dropping the ball a lot of the time with the communication, follow-up, document gathering, a lot of the aspects of a job that make it complete. I definitely would get an email, not respond to it for 3, 4, 5 days, weeks behind on quotes and estimate, really struggling with keeping on top of the administration side of things of the business and the communication, which I guess is a big part of the business, is communication. Definitely before TradieVA, communication was not great. Since I started, I've been in business 7 years now. I'm an electrician by trade. I'm always learning. I'm learning everything as I run the business. So from the very beginning, I can get the work done, that's not a problem, but the gathering of all the documents, keeping on top of communication with the client, written communication has always been difficult. Capturing and responding to questions, inquiries, requests for quotes, things like that, I've always been behind the 8 ball. I have actually tried VAs that I've looked for and found myself through different online agencies, but they were unsuccessful. Trying to communicate with somebody when I didn't have the foundation ready, I didn't have the underlying systems, the processes, I didn't even really have a full understanding of what I was asking. I didn't know what I wanted. I just kind of was hoping a VA would make my life easier without instruction or direction. On a personal level, it created anxiety every time I'd come home, I'd sit down in front of a computer, I'd do invoice for the day or whatever, and there'd be this bunch of emails that haven't been responded to, haven't got the attention they required, I haven't even got a response, and it just consumed so much of my time worrying about it, and then if I did sit down and try to clock out a few emails, one of them needed information, I couldn't get that information because the wholesaler was closed. A lot of that kind of stuck, procrastination stuck stuff in the personal life. Financially, I think just time, it's what the time I spent doing the little bits and pieces, whereas I should have been estimating, winning jobs, issuing, scheduling and completing the work, basic admin stuff, tying up loose ends. I spent a lot of time doing the bits and pieces within the business that I shouldn't have been doing. My biggest wins are definitely on the side of the communication. Rapid response to emails. So Michelle, my VA, has access to all our inboxes. She vets really what needs my attention. Anything she can handle, she kind of looks after that. Anything that requires action, I get a little tag in it, Chris to action, and it's really streamlined the time I spend in front of the computer responding to emails. The response to clients, even if it is something like, thank you for the request, Chris will respond in the next 2 days, blah, blah, blah. That touch point is enough to reassure the people that we're aware of them, we are listening, and we will complete the request as required. So massive win is communication across the board, communication to the clients and communication amongst the employees and the techs out in the field. The impact that the communication, the improved communication, it's been brilliant for me personally. I mean, the work itself, the workloads are increasing because we have so many clients that just continues to give us more work as we're on site. They love how we deal with things and how we do respond. So it's been good that we've got extra work, but as you can imagine now with extra work, I need extra electricians and stuff. But now that I know that we have the support, I have the support through Michelle and TradieVA to complete all this stuff, that I was nervous about taking on bigger projects and more work before, because I knew I'd be running into the communication errors, the document control errors, issues. And now that I've got the confidence in TradieVA that I've got no issues taking on the extra work, it's about finding the people that can do the work at the moment, which is a good problem to have. And financially, our efficiencies have increased bit by bit every day since Michelle's been involved. She now does a lot of stuff in the background, creates checklists, spreadsheets, things like that takes a lot of time to build, but I can use them as quick references to see where the accounts are, where projects are, and what stage they're up to. There's lots of little communication things that have been tidied up that is definitely making my personal life easier, and financially, obviously, more efficiencies within any business turns into more profit. At the end of the last year, we had our most profitable quarter in existence. We've been in business 7 years, and it does come down to the efficiencies. And I've said to you before that turnover is not my key metric. Profit is my key metric within my business. We are a company that prides ourselves on deliverable of service, the physical service in the field, which I'm trying to improve the service in the background, which is Michelle's helped with immensely. And profitability is the most important thing to me within my business. And without Michelle and TradieVA's support over these last 3 months, I just seen the efficiencies coming through in dollar value at the end of last year. It's really great to see. What I'm most looking forward to is expanding exactly what we've been doing. We're going to find more electricians, get them on the road, put them in a van with another apprentice, and build out the VA platform that we have. But I also do want to try to seek out specific particular VAs to handle the marketing and get ourselves a marketing VA. Find a VA that specifically handles client relations, client complaints, things like that, and just continue to build as the workload increases. More electricians, more apprentices, more vans, more VAs specialising in their field to just continuously keep the machine running. If someone was sitting on the fence in regards to TradieVA, it's hard to know where everyone is in their business, but for me and my experience, TradieVA was definitely the way to go. And the confidence you gave me when we first had that initial consult about making sure that my foundation was there. What systems do I need to build? The rough components of what we're going to hand over, the Loom videos, the things like that, and the foundation to hand to the VA was amazing, and that's what made it work this time. The foundation that TradieVA made sure was there to hand over to the VA, and I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for the solution that's going to help build the systems, build the processes, and then actually capture them in a documented form, so an SOP is part of the business, then definitely TradieVA is the way forward. With Michelle, our VA, she has taken the initiative to work ahead and develop checklists and spreadsheets that have made my life easier. Things like that I didn't know I wanted, but that's perfect for me. That's absolutely brilliant. It's the initiative she takes to deliver little components to make my life easier that I didn't even know I wanted, didn't ask for, and she just continuously delivers above and beyond. And obviously I had high expectations to begin with, and they've been exceeded pleasantly.